Did you ever wonder how the dog breed Boxer got that name? Well, according to Carolina Coley, who wrote the Encyclopedia Britannica website entry on boxers, which was last updated in May of 2024, boxers get their name from the fact that they use their paws so much like a boxer would use his or her hands when fighting. Now you may be thinking that boxers sound violent, but nothing could be further from the truth, as you will soon see. Today we're going to examine the history of boxers and the backgrounds, characteristics that make them great pets, and general care and needs. So let's begin with the background and history of boxers. Boxers have a very interesting history. Surprisingly, boxers are relatively new to the United States, but the breed traces its roots all the way back. According to the American Kennel Club's website, last updated in 2024, boxers can trace their roots all the way back to their ancestors, the war dogs of the Israeli Empire. The modern boxers, as we know, is believed to have been bred down from a larger German Shepherd breed called Bullenbeiser, which means bull biter. These dogs are big and strong enough to take down game as large as bears and bisons, according to Coley Britannica's article. The modern boxer has strains of both Bulldog and Great Dane in its heritage. Dr. Virginia Lamone's article, Boxer, on the PetMD website and last peer-reviewed in 2024, the breed's hunting background makes them an excellent runners and jumpers. Now that we have covered their history, let's talk about the characteristics of boxers that make them great pets. Boxers' ancestors were likely fearsome dogs, but the modern boxer is a much smaller, playful, loving, and gentle companion, full of personality. According to Coley's 2024 Britannica article, boxers are trim and squarely built dogs with short, square-shaped muzzles that have appeared to be a black mask on their face. One of the cutest features of the breed, and their coats are short and shiny, typically reddish or brown or brindle, although my boxer is notoriously friendly and is still a puppy. So all he wants to do is play, but I have been around several boxers of varying ages in my life, and I can tell you that they remain playful to some degree, no matter their age. American Kennels Club website in 2024 ranks the characteristics of dogs on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest rating. Boxers rate a 4 in playfulness. Boxers can also be very affectionate, and the AKC sites rates them a 4 for affection with family and a 5 for being good with young children. Boxers rate a 4 for trainability, as well as they do require a lot of activity. They rate a 4 for mental stimulation needs. AKC rates their barking rate as a 3, but in my experience, boxers typically bark when they're playing or when they get excited because new people are around. Someone is looking for a pet that would also serve as a watchdog may want to consider a different breed, as the AKC rates the boxer's openness to strangers as a 4, which means that they tolerate strangers well and will often be affectionate with them. However, AKC also rates them as a 4 out of 5 on watchdog scale, meaning they are very vigilant animals. Finally, the dog's size should be concerned. According to Coley Britannica's article entry on boxers, the dog can be up to 25 inches tall and weigh between 65 and 80 pounds, though the AKC site notes that female boxers are typically about 15 pounds under the weight. Now we will turn to care for boxers, another important consideration when selecting a dog for a pet. Care for boxers is relatively simple. A previously mentioned boxers, a good deal of mental stimulation and activity. Dr. Lamone, writing for PetMD's website, recommends at least 30 minutes per day. Dr. Lamone also adds that boxers are more susceptible than other breeds to overheating and breathing issues due to the shape of their face. According to Coley's 2024, boxers often excel in competitive activities, running, jumping, and also notes that mental exercise is just as important. Boxers enjoy the challenge of learning something new. As for physical care, Coley suggests that coats be brushed weekly and occasionally bathing. This is good news that boxers do not shed a lot, and grooming beyond brushing and bathing is largely unnecessary. In conclusion, we discussed the history of boxers and their characteristics and general care. The history of boxers is quite interesting. They have a lot of characteristics that make them great pets, and their care is generally pretty simple. Boxers get their name from the way they use their paws when fighting, but as we have seen, boxers are not typically aggressive dogs, and they usually just use their paws when playing fighting, just like athletes named for boxers, and are gracefully and athletic. But they have a much nicer personality, one of the most well-rounded dog breeds. It's no wonder that boxers are among the most popular breed dog in America. Thank you.